You got to bulk to build muscle. Oh, I'm on a dirty bulk right now. No, bro. You're just getting fat and calling it progress, all right? If you give me 5 minutes of your time, I'll guarantee you'll pack on more muscle in 2026 with your training.
For the longest time, people have had this idea that you must eat in a massive calorie surplus to put on muscle, right? And pile in as much food as humanly possible just because it's high in calories. But like, what actually is a calorie? Okay, a calorie is just a unit of energy. It's not muscle building magic. It's not anabolic. It's just energy, right? Your body doesn't look at 1,000 extra calories and go, "Oh shit, okay, let's build some muscle now," right? Muscle only grows when you give it a reason to grow. Okay, so that means training hard and frequent in the gym, as well as the right nutrition. Not because you ate another 1,000 calories of straight shit, right? Those calories don't get turned into muscle, they get stored. And most of that surplus just becomes extra body fat, okay? And you don't want that. Now, nutrition is definitely still a main driver of muscle growth, okay? But it's not just piling in bad, horrible foods, gaining extra body fat, and calling it progress. Okay, it's carefully articulating a meal plan that covers all the right things. Okay, so carbs, protein, fats, and the micronutrients paired with quality training. That's it. It's not rocket science. Okay, I want you to think of building muscle like building a house. Okay, so the construction crew, that's you in the gym, right? And then you've got the materials, and that's the nutrition that you eat and consume on a daily basis, right? And then we've got the calories. Calories is just fuel, all right? It keeps the crew and the tools going so the house can be built. But once the gears are in action and they're moving, piling in extra fuel isn't going to magically build a bigger house or a better house, okay? Now, yes, you still have to be in a surplus to ensure your body has enough energy to train and recover, right? But this surplus is just merely used as like a buffer of energy, right? And keeping this buffer between 100 and 500 calories above your maintenance will ensure you're not spiking any hormones, which is detrimental towards muscle growth and then further health issues down the line, right? And you have enough energy to train and recover without putting on massive amounts of body fat. So when you eat, you need to stop just looking at calories as the only thing, right? As you can see here, we've got a similar calorie dense meal, okay? So on the left, we've got a McSmart meal from Macca's, right? And it's got 35 grams of protein, full of trans fats, horrible bioavailability, and it's just processed shit, right? And then on the right, okay, slightly more in calories. However, it covers every single amino acid with the eggs and the steak there. It's got 90 to 100 grams of protein, full of good fats with the avocado, and it's got great bioavailability, right? You're gonna feel great after consuming this meal. Your body is gonna like just grab every single nutrient out of this thing and put it towards building muscle, right? And you're just gonna feel great, yeah. As soon as you start consuming meals like these, you're just gonna see energy, muscle growth, everything in your life. You're gonna have more mental clarity. You're just gonna feel much better. So, what does a good nutrition plan for building muscle actually look like then? Well, it's got to tick off these things. So, first of all, your macros are calculated and hit consistently. Okay, so that means protein, carbs, fats. These are calculated off your basal metabolic rate as well as your lifestyle or like how active you are. Your basal metabolic rate is just a fancy way of saying how many calories, how much energy your body burns at rest, right? I've included a calculator in the description for this, so go check that out. Okay, you have to cut out all the guesswork. If you want good results, everything has to be calculated. All right, carbs fuel training, protein supports muscle repair, and fats regulate hormones. All right, they do a million other things, but right now, that's all you need to know. Next is quality of protein. Stop just snorting 90 grams of protein powder every single day because you think it's the only way you can get your protein in. All right, that shit is not that good for you. All right, you need to focus on getting your protein in from a variety of different animal products and whole foods so you can cover all essential amino acids. Okay, if you don't know what an amino acid is, it's basically these things right here. Okay, and it's just protein, right? An amino acid is the building blocks of protein, all right? So protein equals aminos. And this doesn't mean drinking those shitty amino drinks either, okay? There's no reason you should be drinking them. All these things here you can get from good quality whole foods. All right, if you haven't seen this chart, this is the bioavailability chart of proteins, right? And at the top, you can see that whey protein is right at the top, Okay, it has great bioavailability, but tell me you take a scoop of protein powder and you feel good after it. No, you feel like straight shit. So just stop having it. Okay, we've got whole eggs, cow's milk, egg whites, fish, beef, chicken, all like relatively good. These are the foods you have to be consuming. All right, but don't just stick to only eating eggs because it has the highest index score. Right, focus on a variety of these top ones and stay away from soy. To summarize this whole video into one sentence, right? Real foods equals real gains. Train hard, eat in a slight calorie surplus, and don't be a fat fuck. Now, if you have any types of questions about nutrition or you want me to analyze what you're currently eating, please send me a DM over on Instagram. I'll link that in the description. Peace out.